All right, what's going on YouTube? Super excited today. Not sure if you can hear me. I got the GoPro 8. You might see the fish eye on it, but there she is, 95 Toyota Supra SZR. Even though it's not the turbo one, but let me tell you, I'm definitely gonna make her turbo, definitely. All right, guys, let me give you a full run around on this car. So you guys can know, what I started with compared to what it's going to be in the future. Hopefully, hopefully within 2 years or so, depending how fast I want to build it. Shout out to Right Hand Drive Specialties. They blessed me with this car. I mean, I couldn't, when the day came, I didn't believe it at first when I first got the car. So I was like, when I first got the car, when it came in compared to, I still don't believe I had the car in my garage. But yeah. So it's a Toyota Supra 95 SZR. Definitely really clean body style, really beautiful, very mint. Little stuff here and there, TLC. Like I said, the paint job is immaculate. I love it. AC works. I mean, heater works. It's beautiful. But yeah, so this is of course my dream car. First upgrade for this car, I got some HKS drags. The first thing I had to do was drop it, of course, because obviously the back is not too bad. I mean, if you could tell, it's not too bad for the back, but the front, I don't know, I feel like I'm taking off in the air while I'm driving forward. It's like, anywho's, there she is. There's HKS drags. I'm gonna put these bad boys on. I've spoken to Titans Motorsports over here in Florida. Cool guys. They recommend me to get those for the power that I want. So the baiting, even if you guys keep following me on the page, of course, I'm gonna build the car. I don't do too much to looks on the outside. I have nobody here to help me record, so I'm probably gonna skip some parts so you can see. So basically, I'm gonna lift the car up, put jack stands, take the tires off, and then from there, I'll show you the basics of, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that has the same setup and the same suspension, and they're showing you how to do it. So I'll run through it real fast for you guys, and then from there, do a quick adjustment, and then take her for a ride and see how she drives. All right, guys. Just got the tires off. Basically, the backs are going to be easier than the fronts. I've never touched the Supra before, but of course, you do your research before you do anything. And I've seen them do the back and the front, whatever. The back is just basically one bolt on the bottom. So it's just a 19 bolt. That's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So from the 19, you come up top, you got the plastic trim, of course you gotta take out. You got the 2 plastic pieces. Like this one that goes in the front part, and then this one that goes in the back part, you got to screw it out. Then you got the 310s, and that right there should drop the back rear, which should be easier than the front. So let's do it. All right, so in the top part, I had a cover already, a cover on it, which was another 312s, and then once you take those 312s, and you have the other 312s, that, of course, that come from the top part. Then the bottom part itself, since I took the 19 out, you have to get something to hit the bolt to the other side. So what I would recommend is using one of these, the pin hitters, or you could use a screwdriver, if you're back in the ghetto days, street ways, whichever way you want to do it. As long as you don't, you don't get anything, or as long as you don't hit it with a hammer, because you definitely don't want to hit it with a hammer, because once you hit this with a hammer, then you could definitely flex it and it'll warp it, and then that nut right there will not go back on. Now you come to the tricky part. You don't have nobody with you. You're doing it by yourself. Just pry your foot up here. Try to push yourself down, and then push it, the whole suspension down at the same time. Okay, so, and then while you pushing it down, pry it to the left side, and then there she goes. The HKS's, beautiful color. Just want to make sure you match the holes on top, of course, when you put it in. Just line up the top bolts, the top 3 bolts. But what I would do first is do the bottom one first. So you get a jack stand, and then you push up, you push up the suspension so you can line up the top bolts. All right, guys. So we got the rear installed already. Working on the fronts right now. My daughter. Say hi, Isabella. All right. So we got the other side as well. Now we're doing the fronts. So the front basically is a little bit more bolts to take out, so the upper control arm has to come out. Also a 19 bolt here, and then a 19 bolt also in the bottom right here. I would advise to take out the wire itself, the ABS wire, and push it down, especially when you're gonna yank that out. Take a long bolt out, then from there take the low control arm out, push it backwards, take this the bolt for the bottom out, then the top is also 14s, take 3 14s out, and then from there push it down, swap it out. Let's do it. Alright, got it done. My boy came through, helped me out. Squally. Got the suspension in. Yeah, the fronts were, somewhat of a pain compared to the back. Now I'm just gonna pop them tires on, then see how low she goes, and then from there, take her for a ride. What a difference. I don't know if you remembered when I couldn't even put my hand in the first one. I mean, I love it the way it stands right now. I'm not a person to drop it, slam it all the way to the ground, but enough to where it's lowered. That's how I love my cars, especially when I buy my other rims and get a good fitment. So the back is basically perfect as well. I mean, it's not low and it's not high, but it's perfect. So, you know how it is with the rear drive cars. When you eventually, it's gonna start leaning to the back. But I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to HKS Drags. I'm gonna take it for a ride. I have it on solid. The dampers, I have it all the way to hard right now. I don't have it on soft, so I have it on hard. But I'm gonna drive it on hard, and then I'm gonna drive it on soft. And then we'll see how it goes from there. But most likely, I'm probably gonna adjust it to soft because it's not really a daily driver. But when I do drive it, I don't really race the car. All right, guys, let's go. All right, not sure you guys can hear me. So far, the suspension is solid, really solid. It's on all the way to damper, it's all the way to hard. I put it all the way to hard, so I mean it's really solid. I mean, to me, I don't mind driving it solid. I mean, I like the way it feels stiff. But of course, as you know, I don't race this car, and you know, this car is not fast. As you all know, this car is just the basic, the SCR, which is the JE version, so it's not turbo yet. But I bought the suspension because when I decide to build the motor, of course, it's going to be, you know, well over 800 horsepower. Hopefully, everything goes good. So driving the car is not too bad. I mean, little bouncy, but let's see how it is with the with being all the way soft. Because obviously, I'm probably going to put it all the way soft so it could be an even ride for me. Because I drive this car, you know, with the guys, you know, took a couple of shows here and there. Like I said, I don't race this car, so yeah. All right, guys, enjoy the ride. They give you this tool right here, and it shows you it's gonna be hard and soft. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, okay. So basically, you gotta, you know, stick it in. You're gonna have to turn it left. You're gonna hear clicks. Yes, you probably could hear it. Not sure. At the same time, turning it all the way to the left, and until I max out the softness of it. Same thing for this side, and then the back as well. So the difference between the ride being all the way to damper to hard to now is about 100% of a difference. I mean, you know, as you can see, I'm not bouncing up and down. It's actually a smooth ride, I'm not gonna lie. For it being all the way soft, and for it being, you know, pretty much lower than it was, you know, of course, than stock height, it's a hell of a difference. Yo, shout out to HKS. They did a good job on this suspension. I mean, I love it. I love it. I would recommend them 100%. Let me tell you. Now, as far as, you know, when I start producing more power to the motor, you know, let's see how these suspension holds up, which it should. So enjoy the ride, guys. All right, guys, hope you guys like the video. A little bit camera shy at first because I don't make these type of videos. You know, I'm not used to putting videos or recording while talking to a little GoPro, you know, which is something I gotta get used to. Yeah, so basically, hope you guys follow, and you know, comment below if you want me to show you anything in a motor or anything in a car. You know, the motor stock anyways. Next step is gonna be, you know, I want to do my steering wheel, and then from there get my seats, and then from there probably most likely start prepping to build a motor. You know, I order stuff like this already online, little parts here and there for the trimming and stuff that I replace. So yeah, hope you guys like the video. Like I said, comment, subscribe, like, you know, share, because this car right here is gonna be bad, let me tell you. Later.